Welcome to tonight's fun-filled episode of Good Ole Gamers. I'm Lyle McClendon, and I'm here with the always fashionable Brandon Gentry.
Go fuck yourself, everyone.
We're back to the R rating, if you haven't noticed this evening. Back to fucking basics.
Hell yeah.
Let's just get a lot of this out of our system now.
Yep.
Shit-ass shit. Fuck.
Cocks.
Yep.
Cuckolding.
Cuckolding. Take my wife's hand and cuckold her.
No.
But we're back this week, coming back to you from our little nerd cave.
We got some awesome thrones now.
Yes, Brandon managed to pick us up some podcasting thrones today that make us feel elegant like kings and such.
Yeah, I feel way more important than I really am.
Yeah, I should have like a stack of fancy fucking paperwork over here.
I needed a stack of doubloons here, like Scrooge McDuck. And just fucking sort through them while I'm podcasting.
Got a swimming pool full of fucking coins out back, too.
Yeah. Break
your neck in. Such rich fantasies. We got a lot for you to cover tonight. It is our 10th episode.
Woo! Or 10.5, technically.
Yeah, 10.5 if you want to get real technical with things, I guess.
That's how we do things here at Good Ole Gamers. We're kind of right.
Yeah, we like to throw that confusion wrench at you every now and then.
Fucking bludgeon you to death with it.
We got a hefty plate to cover tonight, so we're going to dive right into it. First off, something that I was briefly excited for at the beginning of the week, but I kind of smelled bullshit the whole time.
Yep, I called bullshit almost immediately.
There's a huge rumor that come out earlier this week that Silent Hills was actually about to come out as an Xbox One exclusive.
That would have been so badass.
So fucking sweet. Like I got aroused for just a moment.
Got a half chub.
I started thinking about all the shit, Hideo Kojima leaving, and Konami being in the general state that it's in. We covered that a couple podcasts ago, and there's just some shit that sounds too good to be true.
Yep.
And that's definitely one of them. And it just
didn't make sense either. Why would they pull it from PS4 and then put it on the Xbox One?
Yeah.
It just didn't make any sense.
Not a lick of sense. And Microsoft actually came forward earlier today and squashed all the rumors. And, pretty much it's all bullshit.
Bill Gates walked out there and he's like, y'all some dumb motherfuckers.
What? Y'all ain't seen a motherfucking thing. Shit.
I'm out here fucking saving the world with vaccines and money, and you're in here believing this horse shit. I got to take off time from saving little kids in Africa to tell you all this shit ain't real.
You mean you want a game on your fucking Xbox One? Suck a dick. I got a house that is an Xbox One, and I have to drive a golf cart from point A to point B just to take a piss.
And I get an achievement every time.
Damn right. I get all the gamer points. Actually, that's probably what achievements. You get the G for the gamer achievement or whatever.
That's Gates.
It's probably like he's some sort of mecha machine. Fucking
everyone's achievements power him.
He's actually a kaiju. And at a certain point, when the gamer points all get to a certain number, it'll power him up and he'll destroy humanity. It'll be like a kaiju battle between fucking Bill Gates and
Zombie Steve Jobs.
No, I was thinking, oh shit, dude in the wheelchair, Stephen Hawking, and Bill Gates, just growing to immense proportions and duking it out. Take that, you motherfucker. Not the most sensitive thing. Got a little sidetracked, but yeah,
fuck it.
They completely debunked it. It's not true. So start fucking crying now, because
Yeah.
Silent Hills still isn't coming out, apparently.
You can still look up that CG Norman Reedus and rub one out to it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there. They can't stop you from doing that.
Walking Head.
The internet never forgets.
Nope. Another little thing I picked up on a couple days ago. Gearbox has been dropped in their civil suit that was filed by a couple gamers over alien colonial marines.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that ever happened.
They apparently filed a suit because the game was terrible, and they advertised it as a good game, and they were trying to get them for like false advertisement, I think. And the judge...
That's like half of the games I've ever bought in my life.
No shit. Like, if that was the case, dude, I've got a stack of motherfucking money right there on that shelf.
Yeah, I mean, like, every fucking NES, Super NES game ever had, like, amazing fucking art on it, and then it's just, like 5 pixels on the screen just gyrating.
Think about everybody's, like, bringing all their Atari games, like, out of nowhere. But we had 200 people return E.T. today demanding reparation. Fucking shit.
That's fucking
But
nuts.
yeah, it was the way I read, like the judge thought it was just stupid as shit even, and was like, I didn't get into the full details. I know there's something else that like they can go further with some other part of the suit, but they're not suing them for the same thing.
Yeah.
And the judge said they had to like June something to turn that in if they wanted to pursue it, but he wouldn't recommend pursuing it because it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I would think that the lawyer who took this up should probably be disbarred because you're not supposed to be able to do frivolous lawsuits. I know that's almost like ignored completely these days because you got all these ambulances chasing dick bags, but you're not supposed to follow frivolous lawsuits. You're supposed to be disbarred if you get into that horse shit.
Yeah.
But money.
Money rules all.
Yep.
What's something you got for us, Brando?
Man, I don't have much. I saw that Capcom pulled Ultra Street Fighter 4 on the PS4.
Why?
Because, they didn't pull the game from it. They pulled it from their tournament. Because it's so damn buggy.
Imagine that.
Yeah. They have their own Capcom Pro Tour. Like their own official fighting league. First rule is not to talk about it.
Second rule is buy all the swag off the website, but don't tell nobody about it.
I guess players been bitching about it for a while now about how buggy it is. Like guy will shoot invisible sonic booms and shit like that, and they finally decided to pull it. Which I respect them for actually pulling it, admitting that it's fucked right now.
Doing a fucking revision of Street Fighter is not something that's new to Capcom.
Yeah.
They're going to take the bugs out of it, and it's going to be like, Ultra Street Fighter 4 Bug-Free Alpha Turbo Edition.
Super
Platinum Championship Turbo Edition. Alpha 2X. Like, some ridiculous bullshit.
Yeah.
Resident Street Fighter Evil 17.
That's my biggest problem with those series is so many fucking versions. Why don't they just, like, figure out what kind of different variations of the Street Fighter they want and put it all in one fucking game? Just let you select, like, different options.
Yeah.
Do you want Turbo or not? Do you want it to do Alpha characters or not?
You think they'd take notes from, like, the Mortal Kombat series?
Right.
Mortal Kombat does it right. They're like, we take 5 to 6 years to build a fucking game, and then we drop one. Capcom's like, we take 5 to 6 years to make 50 different renditions of the same fucking game and release it multiple times on every format
at full retail price every time.
Yeah, no shit. That almost just chaffs my ass like DLC, like... Why invest all that time and effort into beefing up an existing game? Make a new fucking game.
Call of Duty is almost the same way. The way they just keep releasing the same horseshit every 8 months.
Call of Dookie?
Yeah. Call of Duty Blackhawks.
Blackhawks 3. Urban Warfare, whatever is about to come out.
Urban Warfare.
Urban Warfare.
I got something on the MMO side of the news. I saw this coming back when it came out, but WildStar is going fully free to play now. It was a decent game. I got a free trial of it and tried it. It's got
Heard of it, but I've never
very
played
World of Warcraft like graphics, but the gameplay
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, the gameplay is it's more actiony. It's a lot better than the typical MMO. It's still not as amazing as I would like to see these days, but it's a step in the right direction. It's not the free to play doesn't look like it's gonna have hardly any pay to win element to it, which is good. You know, that market's fucking flooded with that.
Oh yeah, 2 new games every week drop.
Yep,
Maybe more than that.
if you get a subscription in the free to play model, you'll get faster experience. You will get more currency from the enemies you kill, which is the closest thing to free, pay to win. Which usually in MMOs, it's not pay to win at all, because to get anything that matters, you still have to do like the dungeons and shit.
Yeah.
The currency is more like repair bills and shit like that. Get more character slots, more bank slots, more cosmetic shit. So it looks like they're at least going the right way with it. I might play it every now and then. I don't know. Probably
When
not.
one's kind of up in the air, kind of.
You know, I've got a lifetime subscription to the Secret World. I still pop in and out of that game every now and then. Which is some other news. If any else of y'all play the Secret World, they're adding motorcycles to the game. For all these years, they've said that there will be no former mounts in the Secret World. Never. Not going to happen. Now, motorcycle mounts.
Nice.
But hey, at least it's not like a fucking flying unicorn on World of Warcraft for $500.
Foreshadowing.
Oh, you got any other news?
I do have a little snippet I thought was kind of cool. Nintendo has brought back the Nintendo World Championships.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this earlier.
2015.
That's intriguing.
I'm not 100% positive for this, so if I'm wrong, don't try to fucking crucify me. I think, though, they're doing Super Mario Brothers 3, and Dr. Mario. From what I gather.
Now, are you going to be able to play it on like the big screen, like on the Wizard? Because that needs to happen.
I hope so, and I hope that fucking... You think if Lucas from the Wizard shows up, that, like, his agent will have to go around and hand everybody, like, a piece of paper, but like, just so you know, one of our contestants is a sexual offender.
No kids under 16 without a parent.
Yeah. Kind of like staying at Michael Jackson's house. But, they're doing the qualifier rounds this weekend. And, the closest place to here they're doing it's like fucking Miami. You know, bigger cities. But the winner of the finals the winner of the qualifiers, goes on to a finals that is at E3 in the next couple weeks.
I wonder what the actual ultimate prize is if you win all of it. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Man, it needs to be like a Power Glove, like played it in 24K plated Power Glove. That'd be so badass.
Fuck yeah. It's gotta be something. If they're wanting to go for retro, surely they're doing something like... I'm sure there'll be some limited edition card or CD or some shit that comes out.
A fucking fully gold-plated Mario 3 cart.
I'd seen a rumor where supposedly the Nintendo NX or whatever it is, and this is a rumor, this could be like a Silent Hills thing. Supposedly Nintendo might be working on a cartridge-based console.
It makes sense.
They should.
I've been seeing it going full circle because...
Retro VGS is about to enter into that market, you know?
Well, you know, it's technology shifted again. Yeah, we got Blu-rays out, and Blu-rays can hold a lot of data. Blu-rays also aren't that cheap to make anymore. I mean, they never have been. And solid state memory now is getting so much cheaper that it can compete with it. And there's almost zero load times with it compared to a disc.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you literally can fit... Like, you look over there at my gaming shelf and all them CD-based games I got. You could fit the majority of them on one fucking huge... You seen that flash card that kid had the other night?
Was it 250 gigs or something like that?
512 gigs.
Oh, 512, yeah.
Because he was saying they even have a fucking terabyte one out now. that just blows my fucking mind, dude. Like, completely.
Yeah.
But
and another thing about the solid state, if they do their software right on their console, the producers of games can use virtually any size that they need. So if they only have a 1 gigabyte game, they could get a 1 gigabyte card and throw the game on it and make it cheaper.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of advantages to that. You don't have to worry about your cards getting scratched up. Hell, most cards you could fucking fully submerge them in water and take them out and dry them out, and it'll be okay.
Work just fine.
Just don't fucking set in them or swallow them.
You know what I think would be cool for the next Nintendo console?
What's that?
They just called it NinTENTHdo.
Yeah, the NinTENTHdo.
Makes sense.
No, they don't know how to do names anymore.
Yeah, Wii U.
New 3DS.
Wii U. That's something I said when I had you pissed.
New Super Mario Brothers. Wow.
Call it Super Mario Brothers fucking Championship Edition Turbo Alpha.
Do they not understand how conversations work? Like, hey, bro, did you play the new Super Mario Brothers? Which one? The newest one or the new Super Mario Brothers?
Well, there's new Super Mario Brothers, there's new Super Mario Brothers Wii U, there's new Super Mario Brothers 3DS, and there's also Super Mario Brothers 3DS.
Did you play the new Super Mario Brothers on the new 3DS?
No, but I did play Super Mario 3D Brothers on the Turbo Alpha Express.
No, wait, man. You're talking about the new 3DS or the newest 3DS that just came out, the new 3DS XL. Motherfuckers.
God damn you, Nintendo.
Maybe, I almost want to say maybe it's a translation thing from Japan. Like, it doesn't come out that way over there. And they just, everyone brain farted on the way over here somehow. I don't know. But they need to get their name and shit straight because it's confusing as fuck.
Well, fuck
Even just like looking for the shit on eBay. I'm thinking about getting my kids some new 3DSs for Christmas. Man, you type in new 3DS and
you get like
all kinds of shit. It's such a vague fucking term that a new 3DS could just be the original 3DS new in a box.
Yeah.
So
and the person on eBay could literally get away selling it to you like that because that's how the fucking dude would have it worded.
Yeah.
So they're not technically deceiving you.
Yeah. It's just horseshit.
That's about all I got. Other than MomoCon is going on this weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
There is a Metallica pinball tournament tonight. Ooh, yeah!
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that's what else I just blah fuck, god damn it!
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or a dream. Anyways.
Bargains.
Bargains imprisoning me. If any of our listeners, if you haven't seen the meme of James Hetfield and that big Indian fucker that plays for Metallica now, Sully Trujillo.
Yeah, I wanted to say Danny Trejo at first. That would be badass.
Yeah, I wish Danny Trejo was in Metallica.
I won't listen to him again.
That'd be fucking sweet. Yeah. There's a meme out, though, of them shopping at, like, fucking Macy's or something in New York.
They're just, like, loafers and shit.
And it's, like, the lyrics from one, but it's like, bargains imprisoning me, absolute deals, what a great buy, what a great shirt. Damn, I look sexy as hell! So fucking good. But, yeah, if you're at MomoCon tonight, wear out some fucking Metallica pinball. It's a one ball tournament too, so you can't fuck up.
Oh shit!
Can't fuck up.
I could enter that. I'm a uniballer. I lost my other one to Nom.
Yeah, Nom was a rough time for us.
Yeah.
We sound like a bunch of idiots.
Well, that's okay because we are a bunch of idiots.
Yeah. Bacardi makes me have Nom flashbacks. Apparently. Thank you.
June 27th. Vault Games in Coleman's having a Smash Brothers Melee tournament.
If you're local to Coleman, you need to come down. Smash Brothers Melee, you either love it or you either hate it. I love it, but I suck. I'm fucking terrible at Smash Brothers.
I think it's just at the right level. Of all the new ones, it's like at the right level of not having too much horse shit to interrupt like the competitive side to it.
Dude, some of these kids that play that shit too are fucking. They're boss, man.
Yeah,
like, they're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, June 27th, Vault's having the Smash Brothers tournament, and actually, I think we may be recording live from there. Me and Brandon have a pretty busy next few weeks coming up. We have the Southern Fried Gaming Convention, and then the weekend after the Southern Fried Gaming Convention, we'll be recording Smash Brothers.
And we may have a special surprise cooking up for y'all, but we're not going to mention it until we get it, hooked in for real.
All I'm going to say about it, because I am super excited about it, if it goes through, something that we've plugged early on in our podcast, something that I'm really excited about. We may have landed a chance to talk with the people that are bringing this to us. So stay tuned on that, because very, very fucking exciting.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go just put this out there. I'm reaching out to the people making Mother 4, seeing if we can get an interview with them. Yeah, that would be awesome, because I'm a big Earthbound fan. Mother series.
We're getting our Scott coins and order and all that shit. We'll try to figure out that. But Vault also has Game of the Week, like usual, this week. And this kind of fits in what we're going to talk about later. Doom for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
That was a pretty awesome port.
Wow, I just fucked that up. Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
That's Alabama. Sister. We like our entertainment sisters.
Everybody's got a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you're related to her. She still got some nice tits.
Mm-hmm. Rocking tits, if you will.
Yeah.
They have Doom, though, for the Super NES, and it's... I do believe Doom for Super Nintendo is the red cart.
I believe you're right.
I think David told me he had his grubby little mitts on one earlier when I was talking to him.
So is that who we're shanking tonight?
Probably. Sorry, David from Vault. We're going to seek and destroy.
We'll try and
tonight's theme is Metallica. Seek and destroy on you, David.
Brought to you by the Good Ole Gamers supporters, Metallica.
We're
getting sued now.
Yep. Please, Mr. Oric, don't call and harass me.
I'll fucking sick Dave Mustaine on you.
Yeah, I'd love to punch Lars Oric in the fuck. I would spend the night in jail to punch him in the face.
I think that'd be worth it.
Fuck yeah. I'd spend 2 nights in jail to punch him in the face. Worthy.
Yeah, back to Doom, though.
Yeah, back to Vault. We're sorry, guys. We keep getting a little sidetracked this evening, but yeah, Vault's got Doom. Doom for SNES is actually... I love the port, personally. Yeah. It's one of my favorite, or one of the better Doom ports, in my opinion. Yeah, just because I didn't have a PC earlier on, so did have a Super Nintendo, so that was kind of my way of being able to play Doom. So of course I'm gonna be biased.
And the way Doom played,
my preferred version.
The way Doom played, it translates well to the controls, because you don't need that precision aim.
Yeah.
You just kind of line up the center of the screen, generally what you want to kill, and it happens.
The only thing with Doom, I think the resolution on the Super Nintendo is a little bit lower, but I mean, what the fuck do you expect to make it function properly?
Yeah,
the graphics do. I mean, the graphics are still good, in my opinion. Like
first time, they're good, but ultimately it's still all fucking cardboard 2D imposters.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. Doom's a good one, though, to add to your Super Nintendo collection. It really most definitely. And if you're around Coleman, the best place to go do that is Vault Games.
Yep.
They got you complete selection from Atari 2600 all the way up to PS4 and Xbox One. Go by there, look, buy, consume. If you don't, they can help you find stuff to consume. They're good people
all the
to talk to
expensive shit that they got, so I don't end up buying it myself and breaking my bank.
Yep.
So do me a favor.
We're good old boys. We're good old poor fuckers too. So, but go by there and see them down at Vault. They'll take real good care of you.
They will.
June 27th, Smash Brothers tournament. If you got Smash Brothers Melee on GameCube, I might add. If you got the chops, get in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kick some
Sack
ass.
up and go down there.
Kick some ass. Win a prize.
Yep.
You know.
Be awesome.
Be awesome, generally.
Well, I think it's getting that time for
Retro Wars!
I don't even want to fucking talk about Retro Wars. Nobody gives a shit about me when it comes to Retro Wars.
I'm still cleaning the house right now, but by the time anyone hears this, voting will be over.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the June's first Retro War.
If you're hearing me talk during this right now, I've probably lost, and thanks to you fuckers, I've now got to endure an hour of Scarlet Blade.
Yep, I'm going to get that
Appreciate
installed soon.
Just to fuck me.
Yeah, get on there and vote, people.
Please get on and vote. ActRaiser's a good game. You need to vote it. You haven't fucking played Outlander, let's face it. You know, you haven't played Nox either, let's face it.
Nox is fucking awesome.
I ain't knocking it, but they ain't played it. I hope they ain't played it. But if they can, well, just still fucking vote for ActRaiser. It's an Enix game. You should be happy about that, at least.
Hey, we'll vote for Nox. This is a good rest and pepperoni for Westwood.
Vote for ActRaiser. It's a good staple of Enix before they got absolved in the Square. For the gelatinous cube that is Square just fucking pulled
That
Enix
is a
in.
great analogy.
They just no more.
Well,
I was trying to look on the Retro Wars real quick to see how fucking bad
it's
I'm
not too
losing.
bad. I mean, if we had some people vote, it could turn overnight.
Yeah, that's one thing. Y'all gotta help us out. Vote 9-6 on Adventure Island. Oh, we're neck and neck on Nox. One person didn't like ActRaiser. I wonder who that fucking person was. Well, you know what? I don't like Nox. So, fuck you.
Please. Alright, I'll drop my Retro
Don't
War.
change the subject. You looked into my eyes and said, please.
Well, I thought that was common knowledge.
Fuck, it is now.
Okay, whatever.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. My first entry for the Retro Wars of June is going to be MechWarrior 3050 on the SNES. I fucking love that game.
I don't think I've ever played that one.
It's not to be confused with Super MechWarrior. Super MechWarrior is more like a proper MechWarrior where it's a first-person view and it uses Mode 7 graphics and you go into extreme details of your mech and your loadouts and your missions and shit. This is MechWarrior 3050. I thought it was a better MechWarrior game for a console because they generally don't play very well on consoles unless you got like that Steel Battalion fucking setup.
Yeah.
MechWarrior 3050 was is an isometric view MechWarrior game where you controlled what I believe was the Mad Cat MechWarrior. Has like the big two missile pods on its shoulders, kind of like the classic mech that you think of when you think of MechWarrior. It's got a much more limited loadout selection, but I thought that was good for the console because it focused more on the action than going to extreme fucking details, trying to balance out the weight of your mech and all this shit.
So what was that game for Xbox that come out where it gave you the full
controls? That was Steel Battalion, I believe.
Okay, that's the one that Justin told me if I found the controller for, let him know.
Might be.
It's like that's the one that's got like the complete.
full
Like you call it a
cockpit.
fucking mech.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's as difficult as
That
you
is
think.
so fucking cool, but unless I'm making money, I'm not learning to literally drive a fucking machine unless somebody's paying me to do it. You know what I mean?
The MechWarrior 3050, it's pretty damn hard. It's almost like a bullet hell.
Nice. I'm
but
a pretty big fan of bullet hell
It's
games.
it's fun as shit. It's got really simple, easy to maneuver controls. It's even got something of a auto aim on it. Like if you kind of facing towards an enemy, it'll kind of adjust itself and shoot at the enemy. So that way you don't have to have precision fucking controls while you're dodging all these bullets. And if you had to precisely aim with this thing, it would be a shit wreck. So it's good that they added that. I'm generally not a fan of auto aim, but here it's good. You got like simple missions in the game, like hey, go destroy all these buildings in this place, and you generally just had to do it in a certain order. And while you're destroying the buildings, you get power ups, more ammo. Your health in the game is actually your coolant system, which is kind of weird for MechWarrior. Generally, you got your status of all your different pieces of your mech and their damage, and then on top of that, you have your heat and your coolant. So on all the MechWarriors, if you overheat, you explode.
Yeah.
On here, like you take damage, it increases your heat, and you got to find coolant, which is your health basically. They act as health pickups. Ammo management's a big thing. So if you pick a gun that's really powerful but only has 20 shots, you're going to run out of ammo with it pretty quick, and rely on your shittier guns and try to find ammo. The controls, I really liked how L and R on the SNES pad rotated your mech's torso, so you could be running one way and shooting behind you and shit like that.
That's cool. So you could run forward, and if something comes up on your back, you could turn around and gun it down while you're still moving forward. Yeah,
and staying on the move is really important in this game.
I have MechWarrior 3.
That's
on
a classic
PC,
on PC. Yeah. That's a proper mech game. This is
arcadey mech.
Yeah, this is a true console game.
I really don't think I've ever played this. Like, I kind of need to.
Yeah,
I wonder if Vault has it.
They might. It wasn't rare by any means.
Does the cover of it, does it have like a mech with two long like cannon arms, like fucking shooting?
I think that's Super MechWarrior. I'm not sure though.
Okay, it may be. Can't remember.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about the game because it's simple, but it's fun. It's pretty difficult. It does have a password save system, like was common in a lot of these games. After you beat a mission, it gives you a password to get to this point in the game again.
Yeah.
So it didn't have a true save system, but you could use a password that you earned to get to where you last were at. So yeah, go upvote MechWarrior 3050.
Well, I've been kind of torn on mine this week because I had two choices. One of them is a Super Nintendo game, but I kind of wanted to break the monotony of me suggesting Super Nintendo games because the past two.
I can dig it.
So, I think I've got two things I topped up on my phone for it this week. I think I'm just going to go with my first one. I've got a Retro Redux that will come out sometime in the next... hopefully by the time this fucking premieres, you'll have read this by then. But, Rise of the Dragon is something I've been wanting to plug for a while.
That's why I haven't played.
I think it would be good. It came out on DOS, Macintosh, and Amiga first. It was initially a PC game, and then later it was released on Sega CD with some editing. Some of the stuff, it was a little too racy on the PC port. They cut out of the Sega CD one, of course. But it came out on Sega CD in '92, and it's a graphical adventure, pretty much. Like it's your standard adventure game where you get the screen and a cursor, and you move around and figure out pretty much what all you can click and what all you can do on each screen. Well, the game is like it plays kind of like if anybody's ever played like Willy Beamish and Heart of China. There are other Sega CD games that's kind of like this. Like, for example, you got a screen and you click on an item and it's like you can examine the item or take it with you. But you take it with you and you can use it, somewhere else in the game. Kind of almost like a huge puzzle game.
Yeah.
But one thing that does suck, I will throw off right on the bat about Rise of the Dragon, it uses a real-time system.
Okay, so you get up to take a piss and something happens?
Yeah, you're fucked the rest of the game.
Okay.
There are literal ways you can do something in the game where, like, if you don't get this item at the right time, you won't be able to finish it later on.
I kind of like that sort of thing.
It's a trial and error at the get-go, but, like, The full title's Rise of the Dragon: A Blade Hunter Mystery. But, however, there's a gimmick there. The character's name is Blade Hunter.
Oh, that's
He
good.
is not an actual Blade Runner.
Okay.
So you kind of would think it's a Blade Runner, title,
Yeah.
but it's not. But for example, in the opening of the game, you start out in his apartment. Well, you can leave the apartment without getting your gun, without getting your key card, without getting any of that shit. You leave your apartment, though, you're locked the fuck out. No
Shit.
way to get back in.
'Cause you need
Shit like that, you gotta start all over. So it plays like that. You gather items, you take them, you can equip them with a gun, and you essentially investigate. The time, there's a time meter in the game that I was talking about. It uses like a real time system, but it has a time meter that reflects like the actual passage of time in the game. Each action that you do in the game takes a certain amount of time.
I got you. So you can't like.
And some events that happen in the game only happen at a particular time.
Yeah.
Like, the event unfolds at a specific...
I know I mentioned this on the last episode about the Hobbit. It might have been a couple episodes ago, but the old original Hobbit game, like I remember getting up to get a coat, and they came back and the trolls have eaten us all. I'm like, whoa!
The fuck is this? That's kind of how this is. The point of the game pretty much is instead of trying to figure out a way to kill the villain, you figure out a way to delay the villain's actions.
Okay.
Pretty much. And if you don't delay his actions, the game will end after 3 days in game time.
So this is where Majora's Mask might have got some of their shit from.
Yes, because traveling between points in the game costs, a specific amount of time. So every fucking move you make in the game, you pretty much have to plan out what you're going to do to be within the constraints of your time limit.
Now, is it one of those games like if you knew exactly what to do in what order, you could beat it in like 10 minutes?
I don't know. It's still... No. Because there's still certain things that have to happen after so long that trigger later. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
There's still events that have to happen at 2 days in game time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And a lot of it you have to influence like behavior on characters and shit too. Like there's a girl in the game where she's like, "Why didn't you call me last night?" And if you're like, "Oh, I was out with other bitches," instead of being like, "I'm sorry, honey, I had the flu and was at home." She's like, "Fuck you, pig! Don't call me anymore." That kind of deal. That all influences shit in this game.
That's cool.
It's got 2 action scenes though. That once again, one of the banes of my existence, fucking cursor shooting.
Oh,
You use the D-pad, swing the cursor around, shoot. You don't have to do this very often, but you can, like, if you lose it so many times, it'll offer you the chance to skip it, kind of like you can automatically win and skip this, so it ain't...
we know this is horseshit, we're sorry.
It's not terrible. But, the plot of the game, pretty much, it's a cyberpunk game. It takes place in the future. And what it is LAPD, the mayor's daughter, they find her dead. She takes this fucking drug that's a designer drug that causes her to mutate.
It's always a designer
It's
drug.
crocodile, essentially.
Really?
Like, they turn in Rise of the Dragon. Pretty much. They, turn into scaly-looking dead things and melt. But,
sounds like an amazing drug. I would want to do this all the time.
no shit, man. Sounds like a great time. But, excuse me. Pretty much, the guy starts investigating, and it leads him to, a Chinese mafia underground ring, of course, and it's got a kingpin leader kind of deal who's wanting to take the fucking planet over. Well, the drug and all this pretty much, the guy that's making the drug, I don't really want to, I want to encourage people to play it and not give away a bunch of spoilers, but anyways, the drug, this dude can take, and he keeps telling of the forecoming of this dragon named Bahamut, and pretty much what the ultimate plan is, this dude to perfect this drug and take it and turn it into this fucking beast and take the planet over. And you gotta stop him. Delay him. There's not really much to just go into super detail with. Like, it's fun. It
sounds like
it's
an
relatively
80s
cheap.
action movie.
It's set up a lot. The soundtrack's fucking amazing for it because it is all like real seedy. Like you have to go into a strip club on it, and it's just playing that real seedy. You know, like just make your skin crawl like drums. Like you're like, God damn, this is gross. I'm sticking to the floor in this motherfucker.
I'm washing my dick with Ajax when I leave this place.
If I even have a dick when I leave this place. Like, it's pretty good though. Like it's one of them games that kind of challenge your thinking. It makes me think of like a way better like Shadowgate or something like that. You know, kind of like point and click style game. Yeah. But I mean, like I said, it's really fucking cheap. Even if you have to, you got Sega City, you can burn a copy or whatever. You can emulate it. It's fun. It's worth the playthrough. And that's why I'm going to choose to use that on Retro Wars. I was going to do Another World, a.k.a. Out of This World, but might save that for a later one. I encourage you to play it if you haven't heard of it. Check into it as well. Boy, liquor's fucking kicking my ass.
I can tell.
Dude, it's wearing on me, but vote for it. Don't vote for Brandon shit.
I think you should upvote MechWarrior 3050.
I think you should vote for Rise of the Dragon.
Fucking giant robots and lasers.
Because everybody wants to take drugs that turns them into dragons.
I kind of want to take this drug.
See, I mean, like, is it really... Does it sound that bad? Like, meth, not even once.
Yeah, I mean, if I had, like, cancer or something, options, or go through chemo, or take this drug, turn into a dragon and die, I might go turn into...
I'm like, shoot me up with all that shit. I want to be the dragon. I want to be boss dragon.
I'm going to Liu Kang this shit for a second.
No shit. You'd end up being like that fucking dragon on Dragonheart. You just talk like Sean Connery. Oh, climb onto my back and I will fly us to safety. I'm going to eat your fucking parents. I burned down your house too, you little prick.
Oh, man.
You think we should go on the topic?
Let's go on to the topic.
40 fucking minutes in tonight. We got a lot more for you.
Yes, we do.
For the 10th episode, we're choosing to do my personal favorite. A lot of people's personal favorites.
Yep.
The Super NinTENTHdo.
And I'm going to stick to my favorites only, so we don't drag this out too far.
Yeah, we're going to straight up talk about favorites. Just right off the bat, real quick, give you a little history of the SNES in case you've been living under a goddamn rock for all your fucking life. And like, if you don't know what a Super Nintendo is and you're listening to this, what the fuck are you doing with yourself?
You've made some bad choices in life.
Yep. Then ultimately, all those deadpan things you've done have brought you here with us tonight.
Welcome to our alleyway
of hell. But the Super Nintendo came out in 1990 in Japan, 91 in the US, 92 in Europe and elsewhere.
Fuck you, Europe.
Fuck you.
That's why you should have fought your own war.
Well, Super Nintendo is known as the Super Famicom in Japan and the Super Comboy in Korea.
And a lot of people don't know it, but the Famicom stands for Family Computer.
Family Computer, indeed. Hyundai Electronics actually distributed the Super Comboy in Korea.
Huh.
Nintendo subbed that out. I found that kind of interesting, you know.
Yeah.
Here, their policies are so fucking strict about everything, but elsewhere, they're just kind of like, take it off our hands from here, you know?
Yeah.
Just make us money. It was designed by Masayuki Imura, who also designed the original Famicom. And when it was released in November 21st, on November 21st in Japan, it prompted the Japanese government to actually get video game companies to mandate a release date because it caused such a social disturbance and sold like 300,000 units within like the first 8 hours. You know, that was breaking some fucking ground.
You know, I think
then.
that's kind of what rooted the old urban myth that the Japanese government banned who makes Dragon Quest? The Dragon Warrior games and all that. I can't remember. Anyways,
Enix,
I think it's Enix. But anyways, there's always been this urban myth that the Japanese government banned them from releasing a Dragon Quest game on a weekday because it hits their economy so hard. That is not true.
I haven't heard that, actually, I don't think.
Yeah, it's been an old like urban myth, but
Really?
there's no real truth to it.
Well, I know that they said it caused so much shit when it released in Japan that day. I got one the year it released in America, but I was 6 years old. I don't remember it. You know,
Yeah.
like, I remember getting it, but yeah, Square Enix. But it come out. I remember the commercial, and if you go back and watch the commercial now, it's fucking Paul Rudd, like yelling and cheering, playing. For some reason, he's playing a fucking Super Nintendo, like on like a drive-in screen out in the middle of the street, and it's like coming a thunderstorm. And I'm just like, the fuck are they doing with that brand new Super Nintendo out in a thunderstorm? Like,
It's edgy, man.
the fuck is Paul Rudd doing there? What the fuck's Ant-Man doing playing a Super Nintendo? Great fucking console, though.
It will always be my
I might
favorite.
actually post the pictures to the Good Ole Gamers. So I've got my pictures of me getting that fucking thing for Christmas.
Yeah, I think I want to set up a category on there, just like random asides we can put on there. You know,
Nice.
any of things like that, or just fucking rants, whatever the fuck. You know,
Yeah.
just miscellaneous shit.
Yeah, I'm in talks with David to maybe start doing like a 20-minute little thing with Vault every other week where he just comes and talks. Mainly just let him sit down and talk. Maybe something like that, and just post random little shit. You know,
cool.
maybe there's some times where me and you aren't connected at the asshole and need to talk to somebody. You know what I mean?
We're a reverse human centipede.
Yeah, we're like human. We just shit to each other's butts. Dude, I was like so hesitant about saying that. That's so fucking gross.
We just snowball it back and forth.
Oh, Jesus. Mudballing. Making mud. We might just cut all this out.
Fuck no.
But back to Super Nintendo. I got my Super Nintendo for Christmas with Super Scope 6. I got the same Christmas. And
I know I got mine a few years. I think it 1 or 2 years after its release. I was late into it.
it was my grandparents and helped my parents, I'm pretty sure. Super Mario World and Super Scope 6 were the only 2 games I got, though.
I remember at some point I was playing Super Mario 2 on my NES, just thinking, man, this is some bullshit. I could be playing Super Mario World.
Dude, I remember when it first come out, like, I was like fucking 5 when the news even broke the Super Nintendo's come out. I already had an NES. I think I got a Nintendo as a hand-me-down when I was like 3. Maybe. I think my aunt had one and she moved off to college and it stayed at home, and that's what birthed me. But I remember like going to Toys R Us with my parents, and they had a fucking kiosk set up that was just playing a demo tape, and it had a demo of Super Mario World playing. And dude, I remember sitting there like looking up that thing, just like,
It just enraptured you.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, it come out in the... fuck, I don't know when it come out in America.
I couldn't tell you.
I didn't get it right at launch. I remember that because I remember going back to Toys R Us and them having the actual console and shit hooked up, and just, you couldn't buy them yet, and everybody's like, ooh. The first game other than Super Mario, we'll discredit Super Mario World because
it's a long
that's a basic, and even Super Scope 6, I don't really want to get into it too much. First game outside of that, though, I ever played. Do you remember the Shell station in town that used to be a video store? Video Games and More?
Yeah.
Used to be a video rental store.
Yeah.
And, convenience store. Rented Super Castlevania 4 from there.
Nice.
And still this day, one of my favorite Castlevania game of all time, and one of my favorite Super Nintendo games by fucking far.
I got a little oddball one that I ran it quite a few times. It's a Booger Man.
Oh,
a pick and flick adventure.
The Booger Man is so tastefully terrible. You gotta fucking love it.
Yeah.
I got Booger Man on Genesis.
That was an Acclaim game, wasn't it? I want to say it was.
Maybe.
Man, the whole world in it though is just nothing but fucking boogers and just gross shit. There's
it's
toilet
big,
sitting around,
snot covered fucking world.
And the main character looked like, it reminded me of a fucking bank robber, to be honest, covered in booger costume.
Kind of like a shitty hamburglar.
Yeah, a boogery hamburglar.
Oof.
The hamburglar.
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery. Who developed that? It was Interplay.
Interplay, okay. That makes more sense.
Interplay. It was, I didn't know this, but Booger Man made I guess that's right. He made a cameo in Clay Fighter 63 in a third.
Yeah.
I've completely forgot about that. I think did I forget about it, or did I even know it? I don't know.
I played it, so I had to have forgotten about it.
Booger Man was a good game, though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as a kid. It just really resonated with my humor as a kid. All those, boogers and shit.
Fart and dick jokes.
There's so many, super serious titles, and then you see Booger Man.
Yeah. One of my favorites from back in the day, Legend of the Mystical Ninja.
I never played that one.
Fucking cool. It's a Konami game, and you play as you remember Goemon?
Yeah.
Okay, Goemon is the mystical ninja.
Yeah, and, I think we played this together.
Yeah. You kill enemies on a little town screen, and you can upgrade from a fucking bat.
And these enemies are just like villagers.
Yeah. It's like you got a dude running with a javelin, a dude carrying a fish.
Yeah, you don't fuck with
and
the
then
fish.
a samurai dude that doesn't even have his fucking sword pulled out. But you do that, and then you go to levels that are side-scrolling. Beat them up, and you have boss fights and shit. It's a good game. Never beaten it. But I do enjoy it.
SNES had the first console game that blew my mind graphically, Star Fox.
Fuck yeah.
I played the fuck out of that one.
Star Fox was a great game.
Yeah, I know. I've talked to a lot of people.
Super
didn't even know,
FX chip.
Yeah, they didn't even know that the SNES had a Star Fox game for it.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people that had no clue. I thought N64 was the first one.
See, that's crazy because anytime I hear anybody talk about Star Fox, I think of the Super Nintendo version because that's the first. That's the beginning,
Yeah.
They actually have a really good reproduction card out of Star Fox 2 you can pick up.
Huh.
For $40. It's the full game.
Nice.
Nintendo had it complete, then scrapped it because fucking 64 is fixing to drop. They pretty much just... The way I gather, Star Fox 64 essentially is Star Fox 2, but just way fucking better.
Took advantage of the system.
Yeah.
Star Fox was fucking awesome. It's the only, full 3D game that I know of on that system.
Yeah.
It wasn't just some horseshit trick. It was 3D.
Yeah, they actual fucking polygons the whole way through. Star Fox was fucking great.
Yep.
One of my favorites, Mega Man X.
See, Mega Man and Castlevania too. I never really got into.
Really?
Much. Yeah.
God, dude, I love Mega Man X. I like the old ones, but it takes everything that's good about the old ones, cuts a lot of the bullshit out, polishes the old mechanics, adds new mechanics that work just as fucking good with the old ones.
One thing I always did like about Mega Man is how weird the bosses are. This is like this random horseshit thrown together.
I was just always kind of like, what the fuck? You know, Dr. Wily, he's just like, my latest batch of robot minions need a theme.
Yeah.
Well, here's Dirt Man, and here's Pharaoh Man, and here's Cut Man. It is odd.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't guess you want the same bitch-ass robots, doing the same shit over and over, but...
It was really strange.
Indeed.
Man, I got a money game that if you might want to, you either want to hold on to it for dear life or you want to sell that motherfucker.
Probably no.
Wild Guns.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's one I never had. It's one of my cousins, and I wish I could go find them and stab them and take it. But Wild Guns.
If you're listening, fuck, you're dead.
Yeah. But man, what?
You're fucking dead.
I'm gonna fucking give you concrete shoes and throw you off of a bridge, motherfucker.
Cuckold you.
Your wife is fucked.
Literally.
Man, that game was so fucking difficult.
Yeah,
but
dude.
It was fun. Really fucking fun. Reminded me of some like way out there cartoon, like Wild West cartoon. You had all these like robots and shit shooting at you, and they had some special like bomb move that just blew up the entire stage at a time. And for those who are completely unfamiliar with it, it's kind of weird. It looked like it should have been played with a Super Scope or something, but it played with the D-pad.
Yeah. And it actually plays pretty fluidly with a D-pad.
But you got like a cowboy and a cowgirl. I can't remember their names. But you got two of them on the screen so you and a buddy can play. And you control the cursors for where they're aiming. And you got to shoot all these like robots and cowboys and like crazy knife guys. I fucking hated the knife guys. You would shoot them, and you also had to like watch where your characters were on the screen, because like the guy with the knife would run up and stab you. So yeah, it was more than just an on the rails shooter type game.
Yeah,
it was a weird hybrid, but it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it'll set you back an amazing penny.
Like $500, ain't it?
I think it's something like that. It's a fucking ridiculous amount. It's up there with like Hagane and Snatcher and shit. Another one though, since you want to talk about like that, Sunset Riders.
Never played that
by
one.
Konami. It's I may have been wrong. There's a Genesis version that's called something different. I think the Super Nintendo one's Sunset Riders though. It's kind of like it's a Western, and it's a side scroll. It's like Final Fight but with pistols.
Okay.
And it's got boss fights and all that shit. It's really fun.
The only basketball game that I've ever given a shit about. NBA Jam.
Fuck yeah.
Man, I can get down on that shit.
I can too. I still want to have an NBA Jam tournament
that
one
would be
night,
amazing.
dude. Tournament edition NBA Jam.
Yeah.
He's on fire! Oh, goddamn. NBA Jam is so good.
Yeah, it's so fucking fast and arcadey.
Dude, I think I literally have a copy of NBA Jam for every port. I have a Saturn NBA Jam, a Sega CD NBA Jam, a Genesis NBA Jam, and a Super Nintendo
That's
NBA
fucking
Jam.
awesome.
They're cheap and they're fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
that's one sports game. If you can pick up, you need to have it.
Yeah.
What about, remember you play as Bill Clinton and Al Gore?
Yeah, that was a cheat. And one of them had Godzilla on it, didn't it? I want to say one of them...
Maybe?
Yeah, you were like a human-sized Godzilla.
That wouldn't surprise me. They had like shit stacks
Yeah.
of cameos in that game. One of my favorites, and it's cliche as shit, Donkey Kong Country, man. I wanted to go ahead and throw it out there. That's one of my personal favorites.
It was great. I was going to throw out DK Country 2.
Donkey Kong Country 2 is by Diddy Kong's Quest.
Maybe. It's one of the Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
I think it's Diddy Kong's Quest is 2 and Dixie
Yeah,
Kong's
the Girl Monkey was in the third
is
one.
the third one.
So to me, DK2 was my favorite because it took like everything that was great about the first one, threw a second player in there, and just built on top of it. It didn't really change the formula; it just made it better.
Yeah.
But they're both great fucking games.
Yeah, I got Donkey Kong Country for my Christmas and my birthday one year. And I remember, I think Donkey Kong Country come out in 94. Dude, I logged some serious fucking hours on that thing. And it took me forever to beat it. Not a very easy game when you get into the later levels and shit.
Yeah, like the minecart levels and shit.
The minecart are some of my favorite, though.
Yeah.
I do love them.
They're fun as hell.
They are frustrating at times.
Man, the music in those games were so awesome.
Yeah, the water music I still like.
Yeah.
Dude, I can go to sleep and be one of them new age fuckers that eat like bean sprouts. Listen to that shit and go to sleep, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That was awesome.
That's a terrible fucking rendition, but
I can dig it.
it was really good. I know we said we wouldn't cover Super Mario World, but Super Mario All Stars, dude.
Yeah.
That was very fucking exciting to me when that come out. I'm like, oh, what? You got and then the Lost levels, dude?
Yeah. Lost. That's my first taste of Lost levels.
You finally got to see why in the fuck they never released that shit in America.
That's why I've got this big bald spot on top of my head growing because of Lost levels.
Fucking, you just
Thank you, Nintendo.
Oh! It's like that episode of Three Stooges where Larry gets pissed off and just starts ripping handfuls of fucking hair out of his head.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the gist of that.
They were really difficult, but really, really fun.
I agree. Dude, one of my favorites. And it was a launch title. Love the music, love the gameplay, and it would bore the hell out of a lot of people. Sim City, dude.
Fucking right, man.
Sim City for Super Nintendo is like one of the most... That's one of the most magical games of my recollection in gaming. Just because... Dude, I didn't even have to play it. I could sit and watch my grandpa is... To this day, he's a badass at SimCity.
He's a boss mayor, huh?
Yeah, like he's like even Harvest Moon. You can get on his Harvest Moon file. Everything's maxed out. The money's like 999,000. You know, 999,900. Pretty much, like he's a genius at that shit. And dude, like SimCity, I could just sit and watch him. And
you know, back then there weren't many creation games like that.
Not at all.
So that was really unique. That brings me to two. I want to briefly go over them: Sim Earth and Sim Ant. I love those.
I had Sim Earth for PC later on, but Sim Ant I did play, and Sim Ant's fucking great.
Yeah, yeah. That was also a PC title. I got my first taste of it on the SNES. Man, I've never fully taken over the dude's house to this day. It's hard as shit.
It's hard, man. So many parameters have to be fucking just spot on right for that shit to happen.
Yeah, and I've had some good success with it. I got to a point where it was so hard trying to keep up with the competing colonies. Because later in the game, they bred and spread way faster than you could.
Like, hey, bread and spread.
Yeah.
Sounds like fucking people around here.
Yeah, yep.
Sim Ant would make a great online game now.
Yeah. Start your own ant colony. I can see it being a shitty Facebook game, too.
Oh,
Click here to give me some worker ants for my colony.
Ant Colony World. Your friend sent you 53 invites.
We probably just gave away a multi-million-dollar idea.
Yep.
But man,
God damn it!
I remember just loving the fact that like you look on the overview map and the guy's walking around mowing his lawn. He'd come over to the square you're in and he'd see his fucking footprints hit the ground, and the lawnmower would just fuck everything up, just fuck your whole world up. So you want to like call all the other ants down inside your nest, or if it rained, you wanted to go get rocks and plug up your holes so you know your queen and shit at the bottom of your nest doesn't get flooded. All kinds of shit like that. Or like gathering up your whole fucking colony to take down the spider.
Well, it's fucking creative too, man. Like, you know, they've strayed so far from that kind of shit in gaming now. They're just like, oh, you know, you just need to know how to shoot.
Yeah.
Like first person style, run around and flail a lot. That's all you gotta do. Sim-Ant, like, it's such a creative game, man. Like,
the only thing I didn't like about it was the way you fought other ants. It was purely a crapshoot. Like, I'd always be a
it's
soldier.
luck, essentially.
Yeah, that's really what it is. I'd always be the soldier ant because I knew that they had the best chance to win a fight. But, you know, you could fight worker ants and it seemed like you'd have the same amount of chance to beat a worker as you did the enemy soldiers. And, you know, for those who don't know, you'd be controlling an ant who would give off this annoying squeak every time he moved. Yeah. But you would just point and click where you want them to go, and if you touch an enemy ant, they just automatically fight, and you'd either win and lose some health, or you just die. And I don't think there's any factors you could do to help your winning odds other than being a soldier. I don't even know what the fuck the point to being a worker ant was. Maybe they didn't go hungry as fast. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I always went the soldier ant. But yeah, Sim-Ant, fucking awesome.
The only sim game on Super Nintendo I don't think I liked was I didn't like the port of SimCity 2000.
Yeah.
Because it's really slow, for one, and it's not as basic as SimCity. You know, you don't just throw your fucking residentials here, your commercials here, your industrial area up here, and all that shit. You gotta run, like, fucking water mains and all that bullshit, and I'm just like,
My favorite thing to do on SimCity back then, I would
turn the disaster zone.
Yeah, I would build up the city big as fuck, save my game, and then unleash fucking fury on them. Well, and the SimCity on SNES you could put Bowser to attack your city. One of my favorite things to do, I would have Bowser attacking my city, and I would go in a build mode and just build a road, like going up his ass. You see cars driving up his butt.
I never done anything like that. But I was always that weird kid. Like, I used to have a dry erase board hanging in my fucking bedroom and shit, and I'd play school and all that. Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a weather forecaster. I wanted to be a meteorologist. Mm-hmm. I would fucking purposely turn the tornado and Bowser on and stand in front of my TV and play, like, pause it and play. I would be like, the northern residential section is under a fucking Bowser warning. And, like, hit play and just watch that shit get destroyed.
I can see this Panic and Dan Satterfield on TV. You need to get in your basement. Bowser is coming.
He's gonna fuck your shrubberies up. He's gonna burn your train tracks to the ground.
Stay away from windows, sharp objects.
Yeah, and if you see fire, fuck, you're dead. That would be like the great. The northern counties are under a Bowser warning alert. There's really nothing you can do, being that it's a giant kaiju.
If you have any princesses, I suggest you put them out as an offering.
Yeah. Dress your kids up as like...
Oh god, that puts a whole twist to Mario.
Oh god. Yeah, it does.
Maybe Bowser's protecting these young princess girls from Mario the pedophile.
Yeah, like, how bad would it be if you figured out all this time that Mario's a fucking pervert? And, like, Bowser's just trying to, he's like he's the fat friend that no pretty girl wants to date. He's like, I'm not going to date rape you. And, like, the jock, Mario, the hotshot plumber from fucking Brooklyn, hipster plumber.
He's going to clear their plumbing out.
He's got a twisty mustache. He wears suspenders and he lives in Brooklyn. Probably a hipster.
Yeah.
He's just trying to date rape you, Peach.
Yeah.
Bowser ain't doing nothing bad. Speaking of Bowser, Peach, and Mario, how about some motherfucking Super Mario RPG?
I was going to bring that up.
That
was such a great game. It's still relatively cheap, like $40 I think you can grab one for.
It's like $40-$50 now. It's getting up there.
Yeah, but it was common enough that it hasn't just shot through the roof like you would think it would.
Smithy gang. Wasn't that their name? The Smithies?
Yeah, Smithy was the wizard that you had to fight at the end.
The giant sword fucking...
Yeah, I can't remember the sword's name, but...
Was it Smithy?
No, it wasn't. Smithy was the guy who made them.
I never made it that far, to be honest. Like, the furthest I got is... shit. I don't remember. It's a decent way. I got like 2 hours, 3 hours in. I've never been just great at fucking RPGs, though.
That's one of them that I've beaten a ridiculous amount of times. I love that game so
Fuck
much.
Malo, though, man. Have you ever heard of another Mario game with Malo in it?
No.
I always kind of wondered.
And
like,
Gino.
That's right. The little puppet.
Doll. Yeah. My party was always Mario, Bowser, and Peach. As soon as I had access to them. Bowser's just a fucking beefcake. Mario.
Peach heals, doesn't she?
Yes, she's the healer. And there's secret turtle armor you can get. So like the big red turtle shell.
Mm-hmm.
You put it on her, it completely nerfs her offense, but she's damn near invincible. Like shit that'll wipe your party or do like 10 damage to her.
Nice.
And so you got like almost an invincible heal bot. It does affect how well she heals, but she heals well enough that it gets by still.
Yeah.
Man, I remember I've only done this once, but at a certain point in the game in Monster Town, do you ever get that far? It's a town ran by all like the enemies of Mario, and they're good guys. They're like, we're tired of being the bad guys. We're tired of getting stomped on by Mario. Yeah. So we made Monster Town. It's ran by Goombas and shit like that. And there's a
so it's like Little Italy.
Yeah. I think it's a little stomper guy. What the fuck are those guys called? The big blocks that will stomp you.
Fuck, I
think it's one of those, but I'm not sure. But he keeps up with how many times you do a super jump in a match. And the super jump, there's like one of them that only hit like a couple times, but there's one of them, if you hit timed your button presses right, you can do it infinitely.
It'll go, doo-doo. He keeps bouncing.
Yeah. If you get 100 consecutive jumps in a row, you get like Mario's best armor in the game, like the jump vest. And I've only managed to do that one time, but it was awesome.
We need to sit down and do a playthrough of that.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to do a playthrough.
The hardest point in the game to me was always, it's about midway through the game, I believe. You have to go underwater until it's like sunken ship. And there's a shark down there who's like the boss. He has like a trident, I believe. He runs like a little pirate gang down there. And man, you got to do like a one-on-one match with Mario versus him. Your friends don't get to help you at all. And man, it's so fucking tough. Unless you just out-level the shit out of it. It's really tough. But after that, like, he helps you out and shit. It's not just a random bad guy. Later on, he kind of saves your ass. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest RPGs in my book.
How about Final Fantasy 2 or 3 on your list?
3, I didn't care a whole lot for 2, to be honest.
2, like... I mean, 2 to me plays more like the first one. Final Fantasy. Which, I mean, I know it's technically 2 in US is...
5?
Nah, 4.
Because 3 is 6. That's right, it skipped 1.
4. 5 never come out in the US, I don't think. And then 3 is 6. 3, though, I still have 3.
It's such a great storyline of that game. I think, to be honest, I was so enraptured with 7, with like the graphics and everything. I think 6 had a better story overall. And I remember it's like the only RPG that I know of that like your heroes failed to save the fucking world. Like you get most of the way through the game, you're at the final battle, you think, and you just fucking fall flat on your face.
That's a dark game, man. Yeah. Like the opening screen, I remember when I was a kid, still to this day gives me chills. Where it's just like those fucking flames at the opening, and it's playing that operatic, and then you just see fucking Final Fantasy 3 appear on the screen like burning. Yeah. So fucking like, dude, I'm getting chills like thinking about it. Like,
man, yeah. And the 3 soldier guys, like, I wish I could remember their fucking names now, but they're like referencing so much shit now.
Sid?
No,
it's not Sid and Wedge and
Wedge. is one of them.
Biggs?
Biggs, I think, is the other, and there's another one. But yeah, they're referencing so much shit now, and that's where it originated from.
Well, yeah, Biggs and Wedge, you know, and Sid. Well, I don't know if Sid's in 3, but Sid appears in multiple. The name appears. Yeah. It's not the same
Sid's
character.
a popular name in Final Fantasy.
Because, you know, Biggs and Wedge are members of Barrett's group.
Yeah.
Avalanche at the beginning of 7.
Oh, man, that's... I could go on. I could do an entire episode on 6.
We are going to do multiple episodes on the Final Fantasy
we plan
series.
on going over most of the proper series. Except for, I don't think we're going to do much on the MMOs. Because they're okay. They're not my bag of tea. So.
Nah. I'm trying to... That you got me curious about that dude's name now.
Man.
The War of the Magi. Fuck. Characters. Those are the main. Edgar, Celeste, Cyan, Shadow. I can't.
I love the summons in that game. That was the first one that I recall having like really satisfying summons.
Yeah.
I think one of them you summoned like they looked like Merlin basically. I can't remember what the name of it was. But he just come on the screen and fuck everything up. The music in that game, I think, it rivals 7.
Yeah, it's all like I said, I mean, it's all real operatic and like dramatic sounding. That whole fucking game. That's one of the first Final Fantasies too that really. I mean, the other ones did the open world map, but that one kind of like, really grasped the concept of like the overall map and shit.
Man,
did you play Final Fantasy Mystic Quest?
No.
The training wheels RPG.
Yeah, it never interested me.
I got it for like $2, and it is a fucking bumfuzzled turd.
While we're in this genre, I want to touch on Chrono Trigger.
Oh, I was waiting on you to be Chrono Trigger or fucking Earthbound. One of the two.
They're both coming. But Chrono Trigger...
I'm coming.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm coming thinking about Chrono Trigger. That's another one I beat. I don't necessarily beat this one annually, but I do beat it pretty regularly.
As big of a deal as Chrono Trigger actually is, never played through it.
God, I love it.
Not too cool of me, I know, but...
I loved how well it dealt with the time travel thing in the game. Like, I know to get one of your character's ultimate weapons, or actually it ends up being pretty much all of them, you got their ultimate weapons from time travel, but like one of them particularly, you got a robot on your team, and you go back in time, and like, there's these people who are needing help basically, with, planting crops, shit like that. They're basically starving. And so you go back in time like hundreds of years, and he just, since he's a robot and won't die, he just spends hundreds and hundreds of years working for these people, getting them built up. So, and you time travel like a few hundred years in the future, and you see him, he's all like, broken down basically. They've made a fucking shrine to him, and he's just this fucking plants growing at him and shit. And you find him, and Luca, the gadget girl on your team, she goes over there and she fixes him up some, and he brings him back to life. And man, it is how involved that story was so amazing, and how many endings that game had. I can't remember the number of endings there are, but there are a shitload of endings in the game, and there's a shitload of ways to let the whole world die too. You do something wrong, and then you see Lavos, the main bad guy, come up out of the earth and just fucking rain destruction on the world, and game over.
Shit. So something I might ought to get involved with.
Dude,
at some
I
point.
can't recommend that enough. It's awesome. The party system was really, the combat system was really unique. You had 3 people in your party. I think you could do traditional turn-based, but I've always played it as the time-based one. And your party members, based on who you had in your party, would end up doing like double team and triple team moves.
Nice.
It was really awesome. I think I ended up always having a Chrono Magus, which is like a magic user dude who's actually a boss in the game who gets on your team. And I wish I could remember the name of the princess girl, but it was her. And there's one of the characters I remember the most, though, is Frog, also known as Glenn in his human form. But when you first go back in time, you end up coming across this frog. He's like a bipedal, human-sized frog in like paladin armor and shit. And he's just real all about, his virtues, and just a real virtuous guy.
Yeah.
And his theme music was so amazing. To this day, it's one of those that give me chill bumps listening to it.
Nice.
But you eventually get the Masamune in the game, which, is a common sword in all these Japanese RPGs. And he cuts a fucking mountain in half. It is...
Fuck!
Yeah.
Like, if you ain't the baddest motherfucker in the land, go cut a mountain in half.
Yeah.
Bet you are then.
And, this is a random aside, but if you ever seen the cinematics for Chrono Trigger, they weren't on the original SNES one. But
PlayStation re-release that was actually on Final Fantasy Origins?
Maybe. I think so. But anyways, the guy who did the art for that did the art for Dragon Ball Z, and you could tell a huge similarity.
I could see, like, did he do the art for the actual cover for back in the day? Like,
yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did all the artwork.
I
like
could see that.
all the concept art and stuff too. I fucking hate Dragon Ball Z, but that's an interesting little note there.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know that until just then.
Yeah, I recommend if you get the DS port. It's really good. It actually has a few extra things in there, but it has the cinematics as well.
Have you played through the Super Nintendo hack of Chrono Trigger? Chrono Trigger Crimson Echoes? Somebody went through and built a whole new game out of it, and they said it's boss tits, pretty much. Like,
Sweet.
It's badass.
I like tits.
Who doesn't?
I was going to say something, but then...
Yeah. We don't need that.
Man, Earthbound. You've heard my spiel on this before, so I'm not going to go too deep into it.
This is the noise of my head hitting the table. Nah, just fucking throw it on us. It's all in the grounds of Super Nintendo. So.
Yeah. The Mother series, which is what Earthbound, for those who don't know, is based on. It was Mother 1 was the first game. Then in Japan, it was Mother 2, or Earthbound here. And then Mother 3 was the Game Boy Advance game. But Earthbound was such a great, epic story. It is a really uplifting story, even though the series as a whole kind of has a dark side to it. This one American game that we got, it's fairly uplifting, upbeat. It's just about a boy who overcomes, one of the most evil beings in the universe and saves the world. Yeah. So many small quirky things in that game.
That game is full of fucking quirky shit, dude.
One of my favorite troll moments in the game. Trolled people for years and years until finally I think people got in the code and looked it up. But you get man, I feel fucking embarrassed for not thinking of the guy's name right now.
You should.
I fucking do. But you get the nerdy guy in your party.
Wait a minute. I know this too.
What?
Pokey?
No, that's the bad guy. It's the nerdy guy who fixes...
The one with glasses?
Yeah. I can't. I'm fucking
Alex,
ashamed.
where are you at when we need you?
As much as I know about Earthbound, I'm so ashamed I don't know one of the main party characters' names.
It's okay. I can vouch for how bad of a motherfucker you are.
There's Ness, there's Paula, there's Pooh, and then I'm drawing fucking blanks. So,
if y'all got a problem with Brandon not remembering, don't go talk to him. Come talk to me. I'll set you straight.
Okay. Anyways, he comes in your party and he has a ruler in his inventory and I think a protractor, and there's a couple other things like a pencil. you know, you go in your inventory and you see the details on it, and it just tells you this is a ruler. You use it to measure things. You're like, okay. Inventory space on the game is really limited, so you're really cautious.
You gotta crunch what you have.
Yeah. And a lot of people for years and years thought it would make him invent shit faster. Well, it fucking doesn't. They have no purpose but to troll you. They put those in the game just to fuck with you.
Just to piss you off, essentially.
So, there's so many small quirky things like that.
You bastards!
And I love how, as you'd adventure through the game, the guy looked like fucking Abraham Lincoln would just fly down out of the sky and take a picture of you. Yeah. Say Fuzzy Pickles.
Yeah, I never understood that shit. Like, say Fuzzy Pickles. Fuzzy Pickles.
The combat was classic JRPG, like Dragon Quest. Yep, Jeff. I feel so ashamed. I'm gonna go commit seppuku.
Well, it's okay. It's because his name's fucking Jeff. Like, if he'd had some other prolific name, you'd have remembered it. Yeah, fuck his parents for naming him Jeff.
Well, he's the son of Dr. Andonuts, and he's like in all 3 games. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. He's one of the few things that really tie all 3 together. And of course, y'all heard my Porky turns into Gygas theory.
We're going to have a whole Earthbound episode at some point.
Yeah. Especially if we get them fellas making Mother 4 an interview.
Remember, fellas, give us a message back.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to go any deeper into Earthbound. Because I've talked about it many times. I'm going to talk about it many more times.
One of my favorites. It goes back more on the platform. Yeah, I like platformers pretty well.
Yeah.
Tiny Toons, Buster Bust Loose.
That's a great one.
Konami released platformer. One of my fucking favorites. As the boss battles, and Buster has the ability to dash. Yeah. There's certain levels that play a lot like a Sonic game. Because you have to dash and jump over these things, and you have to collect carrots that keep your dash meter built up, so you're able to absolutely dash across the entire fucking level. Mm-hmm. It's a great.
And the graphics were dead on the cartoon too.
Yeah, man, it's like playing the cartoon right on. I'm really weird. I love all the Tiny Toon games. So like Tiny Toons on NES.
Yeah.
I just picked up another copy of Bab's Big Break on Game Boy Tiny Toons. Fucking great game. Yeah. Buster Bust Loose. Buster's Hidden Treasure on Sega Genesis. That's a good game.
I never played that one.
It plays a lot like Buster Bust Loose. The levels are just different.
Okay. While we're on platforms, I want to throw out Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi Island's fun. Everybody bitches about Baby Mario, but you know, you shouldn't be a piece of shit and be dropping the fucking baby. You know?
Yeah, baby, don't drop a baby and it
Get that goddamn baby up out the street. Take a bath. Though. You starting to smell like a crackhead.
It was nerve-wracking, I'll be honest.
It is. But I mean, well, I don't have kids, I have animals. But close to the same difference. Like, you have children.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not a fucking urgent thing when your child's crying?
You know, this is something I discussed with my wife earlier today while we were in the grocery store. We heard a baby crying. Before I had kids, I could just tune out a baby crying. But once I had to take care of your baby, man, there's like something primal in my head.
Yeah, you got that instant fucking instinct. You're like, what's wrong? What do I do to fix this?
Imagine I couldn't play Yoshi's Island now.
So did they not fucking nail it, though, is what I'm getting at. Yeah. Did they not, be like, there's a sense of urgency here. Yeah. Hurry.
And it was, as far as I know, the first Mario game that used the enemies from Mario 2, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think you're fucking right on that. The Shy Guys and shit. Fuck, dude. I didn't think about them being in Yoshi's Island. I haven't ever thought about the fact that could be the only game other than Mario 2 that used those enemies. And it's also a Mario 2, if you think about it. Because Yoshi's Island is
Super
Mario World 2.
Yoshi's Island.
Wow, that's a fuck. You just created a paradox for me, dude. Like, yeah, fatality. But wow, I know a bunch of people that hate on Yoshi's Island.
I love it.
I think it's great, man. I love the egg shooting mechanic, dude. I fucking enjoy the shit out of that.
I do too. Me and Scotty Graves put many hours into this.
Oh, Scotty.
Scotty, if you're listening, hi.
Hey, Scotty. He's probably not. But
Probably not. He's got a life.
I'm just going to fucking message him so he has to listen. Be like, yeah, you should be obliged because your name's dropped.
Just tell him we talk shit about him.
Yeah. We talk about how terrible a person you are. And he's really not a bad guy at all.
Yeah.
Speaking of random old friends we referenced Clint last weekend. Yeah. Clint took notice.
Sweet.
And he liked one of our posts, and I told him. And that's all good and all.
Tell Scotty we said he shit on our dog as a kid.
Stop doing it, Scotty. Scotty does know what the fuck he done to us.
But, you know, he was the victim in the butt from Mars, so...
Yeah, well, no,
Clint was.
Clint was the victim. Scotty was just the guy that screamed, like, ah, it's here! It's here to steal the souls of weak men. Clint was that weak man.
Alright, well, while we're on platformers, Earthworm Jim 1 and 2.
Earthworm Jim's so fucking good.
Yeah, that's another one that, like, resonated humorously with me, like Boogerman did.
I always loved the name of the villain. Queen Pulsating Evil Slug for a Butt.
Yeah, it was actually a lot longer than that.
It was way longer than that, but...
She's essentially just a giant termite queen, if you've ever seen a termite queen.
Way more adjectives than what I just gave out.
Man, those games are just... I can't say enough about them, really. The music's great.
It was Shiny. Shiny's the one that put out.
Yeah, the music in those games is great, especially in Hell. It's filled with elevator music.
Yeah.
And lawyers.
Dude, I love lawyers. What's the space tunnel levels?
And the asteroids.
Where you race Psychro and it plays that fucking... that hillbilly music.
Yeah.
Shit we're accustomed to around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Earthworm Jim games are really
those
fucking
are
good.
Some of the games I got really good at for a while. And I know a lot of people consider the second one harder. I can fucking run through the second one. The first one to me is way harder.
I think the first one is harder as well. I used to have both of them. And I remember getting Earthworm Jim 2 like way after I had Earthworm Jim 1 and beating it first.
Yeah.
They're really good though.
I always loved Peter Puppy in those games.
Yeah, the level where you have to whip him across like the gaps and shit and get him to the end. If you don't, you're fucked.
Yep. And then on 2, you had that puppy bouncing game. You had like a giant marshmallow, and Psycho would throw puppies out of this little house, and you had to bounce them across this level into like a safe little pen. And if you missed one, Peter Puppy would turn into that giant raging beast.
Come across and fuck you up.
And I had this goofy like Italian music playing. It's a famous one. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh yeah. God, dude. Me being a music buff, I feel like a retard too.
You had my Jeff moment.
Yep. Old Bacardi's making me Jeff it all up. Shit.
What you got?
Well, okay. This one is just out there. But me and David have talked sometime about this, how it's an unappreciated gem with Super Nintendo. The fucking Lawnmower Man. Dude, it's like a $3 game. If you're listening to me, it's a $3 fucking game.
Go buy it.
Buy it. Like, it's fucking great, dude. It's kind of like a side-scrolling, almost Contra style thing. You shoot monkeys and you shoot humans.
We're gonna play this together. I still haven't played it.
We might play this fucking tonight when we're done recording. Good. We're gonna throw the TV up and play it. You fucking shoot monkeys and people and you collect data CDs. Well, the whole point is you collect enough of these CDs and it opens up like a portal to virtual reality. You go in this portal and it goes to like a mode 7 level where it's just like, have you seen the Lawnmower Man movie?
Yeah.
Well, you know how like he goes blue, like Virtual Man?
Mm-hmm.
You just see his arms. And you have to guide him through this landscape.
Flying like Superman.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You have to guide him through the landscape, and then there's certain levels where he has a gun on the arm. You have to fucking shoot these enemies to progress further. It's hard, but it's fun. Yeah. It's something different, you know, and The Lawnmower Man is a pretty shit-ass movie, and people discredit the game. Oh, it's a piece of crap game. Hidden gem in my book. Fun as fuck. One of my other favorite Super Nintendo games I would definitely like to toss out there, Final Fight. One of my favorite beat 'em up of all time, man.
Yeah, that's good.
The Final Fight on Super Nintendo not as good as the Sega CD one. Sega CD is like arcade perfect port.
Yeah.
But pretty fucking close though. It's a good one.
I'm not going to talk long on this. Y'all have heard me many times, but Maximum Carnage. Great beat 'em up.
Maximum Carnage is wonderful. Like one of the only good things LJN ever did, other than Jaws, in my opinion.
He mentioned. Well, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I got one I want to drop, but
so you mentioned the Mode 7. I wanted to throw F-Zero.
Please do. F-Zero is one of my fucking favorites, man.
God, mainly the arcade, playing it on the Super Nintendo arcade.
Did you ever have a fucking problem with those controllers? Like being huge. Like a XL Super Nintendo controller, like Andre the Giant. Yeah. He's the only person I could think of that could fit his fucking hands on one of those controllers.
I still loved it though, man.
Oh yeah, great.
God.
I wonder if the fucking skating rink local to us still has that.
I don't know. I haven't been there lately.
We should ride up there just one weekend. But we just want to know if you got that Super Nintendo machine. Like, oh, we sold it. Like, you sold us. Fuck off. We're leaving. Like, or you didn't sell us. Actually, you repelled us. Fuck off.
Hey, you tell us who you sold it to?
Yeah. Do you think he might have a methamphetamine addiction? You think you would sell that for like $100? Because we would buy it. And put it in our nerd room.
Does he have any weaknesses that we could take advantage of?
Methamphetamine?
Yeah. Even if he hasn't done it in his life, we'll just fucking inject it into his eyeballs. He's just running around.
No, I don't want to be with us. Even to set somebody up, I wouldn't want to be what it be. Meth. Not even once. Fuck that.
On the note of F-Zero, Mario Kart.
We didn't even talk about F-Zero.
We just did talk about F-Zero a little bit.
A little bit.
Well, you know, there's not much to say about it.
Yeah, you race.
Yeah, you race. I mean, it's futuristic racing. The tracks weren't memorable, but
Mute City 2 is the only one I fucking remember. I had the game even.
I mean, it was fun. It's floaty controls.
Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
Always pick Captain Falcon. Sorry.
Yeah, Mario Kart, though, I think I had a lot more fun with.
Oh, Mario Kart's so fucking wonderful. I love the battle mode, dude. Yeah. With the balloons.
You know, that's something on this one and the N64 one. The battle mode was amazing. And then the new ones come in, and you have the whole fucking team battling with you, and it pisses me off.
I don't like some of the power-ups they've come out with the recent ones there. No. It make it too fucking easy.
I don't like Bullet Bill.
That's the main one. You talking about where you turn into the giant Bullet Bill? I don't like that either.
If you're in last place, fuck you, you're shit on, you're in last place.
I don't like the fucking giant turtle shell needler that goes and takes out the leader.
Oh yeah, that one came out on the N64, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah, I don't
mind the red ones because you very seldomly get the red ones because they target.
Yeah.
The green ones, I think you should get more of because you got to be a strategic motherfucker to hit somebody with a green shell in Mario Kart.
Yeah. I remember, I did like how the game, and I think all of them do this, the further you are up in your ranking, the less likely you are to get the good shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be in first place and get Bullet Bill.
No.
But the best thing I always loved getting in first place was either the 3 green shells which I think you had to get them before first place and actually get in first place with them, or the Trail of Bananas, just because they're protection.
Yeah.
Like if a red shell comes up on you, they'll fucking take them out. Or, if you're an asshole, you just sideswipe whoever's coming up on you.
Yeah.
Man, battle mode, I think I sank more hours into that than racing. That was some fun shit.
Yeah, man, that was like, if you knew somebody that had a second controller and they were coming to your house that weekend, that's what you were me and you flogged some major motherfucking hours when we were younger on Mario Kart.
We'll have to send out a big fuck you to the ghost level of Mario Kart. Fuck you, ghost level. Because I fucking hate that level.
Are you a hater of Rainbow Road?
I love Rainbow Road.
I do too, man. The first few Rainbow Roads. Now that shit, like when we went to that...
They're so fucking long now.
Dude, when we went up to Huntsville and we're watching Alex compete on that fucking... Fuck that. Dude, like, goddamn, that's like watching a NASCAR race.
Yeah.
You watch the same motherfucker driving the same motherfucking circle for, what, 4 fucking hours?
Yeah, it's brutal how long they are.
Rainbow Road on the first one, though, dude, solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Rainbow Road on those. And in 64. It was fairly long on 64, but it wasn't like it is now.
No, it's overkill now.
Yeah.
What up on Super Metroid?
I love the game. Be honest, I never played it enough to beat it.
I haven't ever beat it
Any
either.
of the Metroidvanias, I've never played enough to beat.
I've never beat... I beat every Metroid on the retro consoles, like 1, NES and Return of Samus on Game Boy. Never beat Super Metroid, though. It's a pretty hard game when you get down to basics.
But if you really know your shit, and if you know the map, though, there's so much power-up you can get and stuff. Like you
can run it pretty quick if you know exactly where to go and what to do. A masterful person
can beat that game very quickly.
We're running on 1:40 right now.
Yeah, I think we're about wrapping it up.
There's one I want to drop we haven't talked about yet, and it's kind of like your Earthbound Chrono
Link's
Trigger.
Awakening, huh?
Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, never mind.
It's okay. Wrong. Same, different. Link's Awakening is the fucking follow-up to Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Zelda Link to the Past, though.
Yeah.
My number 1 most favorite game of all fucking time.
I've beaten that one a handful of times.
Nothing about that game I can find bad.
No.
Not a single fucking thing.
It was great. It had a great intro, like just grabbed you right off the bat.
Yeah, like, Link, I've got to go save this bitch. You stay in bed till the storm's over. I'm never coming home. Oh. Then you fight him and he's just like, I gotta rest a while. Fuck, I'm dead. Take my sword and shield back.
Who was that guy?
His uncle, I guess. That is the only game where Link has a fucking family member.
I was just wondering, I remember wondering this as a kid, with all the kind of time fuckery that's going on in the Zelda games, that might be a future version of Link. Like Old Man Link.
That's highly possible. Because even in Link Between Worlds, which is considered the sequel to Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds has an old man, on 3DS, are you familiar with like Street Pass and all that?
Uh-uh.
Well, it has a thing where you can turn your internet on, and if you pass somebody else carrying a 3DS and they got the same games, like, for example, I went to Decatur one day and I walked by this kid that had a 3DS. He had Zelda on his. Well, he appeared in my challenge arena on Zelda Link Between Worlds, and I fought his character, and whoever wins, wins XP and fucking rupees and shit. In respect, essentially. But they do that kind of shit. Well, the guy that in the game, you talk to an old man, and he tells you how to do the street pass, how to set up. Well, Alex, the one told me that old man is Link, because if you beat all these achievements for Zelda, you get to fight him. And to come to find out, that is the Link from Link to the Past as an old man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen it personally, but Alex told me all this, and I'm just like, well, that's fucking cool. Nintendo finally, for once, followed up on something without giving some crazy logic as to why the backstory is so fucking ill-conceived. You know, like... Oh, Link to the Past. If you haven't played Link to the Past, fuck you. You're not my friend. You're just another transient trying to...
Ooh, that was nice.
All over my phone. But...
You're a goddamn commie if you ever play Link to the Past.
Yeah, dude, that legitimately, like, you are a...
I mean, I'm a socialist just for getting the name wrong at first.
You did Karl Marx that up. But, dude, we could go on for hours on fucking Super Nintendo because, dude, there's so much shit.
Yeah, I think I'm about wrapped up. I got a couple more I could land, but we've covered them in the past.
That's about the end of our topic. We could stay going for hours on this shit.
Well,
so it is that time, and I think we might do an official intro for this at some point.
Yeah.
But Brandon's shit or the shit.
Yep, this one's a Jimmy Rustler. I think I need to take a shot of that shit right there before I get started.
Do you not see me try to hand it off to you earlier? Have some, my brother. Drink as much as you want.
Woo.
I feel you, though, because I get riled up on this one myself.
Tonight's shit or the shit is one that may make some of you hate me, but if it does, I hate you already.
You're gonna make them hate me, too, because I fucking hate.
Tonight's shit or the shit is World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft?
Yeah. Oh my god, I could make a whole episode about why this game has done so much damage to the industry of MMOs.
Dude, you fucking rant. Let's hear it.
You know, World of Warcraft, people think it's like the most amazing game. When it launched, you think Rockstar had bad servers? Holy fuck did this game have bad servers. And yet people still bought the shit because it had Blizzard's name pasted all over it. And you know, gotta fucking buy something because the company makes it that you like. It's got shitty cartoon graphics. It really popularized that shit too. I've had people sit here and argue with me how it really does have good graphics. I'm like, no, fuck you, it doesn't. It's like playing fucking, I don't know, Muppet Babies. God damn it.
You never see the grandma, the nanny.
It really popularizes shitty sandwich combat. Now
South Park fucking summed World of Warcraft up the best.
Yeah, it did. Yep, that's the sound of epicness.
See, I know the listener can hear them taps.
Yeah.
It's picking up.
Now, I'm going to be fair, EverQuest was the first game with that. But World of Warcraft is the one that popularized it. EverQuest never had the pull, even near the pull that World of Warcraft does. And World of Warcraft made it to where for 10 fucking years, this is the only shit we saw on an MMO. It pisses me off.
That is 1/10 of 100, you fucks.
Yeah.
1/10 of a century. That makes it sound so much worse, doesn't it?
Yeah. And
God damn, I don't even smoke cigarettes, but I'm about to have one on this note.
As the shittiest fucking raids I've ever taken place in. And it's not just the raids, it's the fucking people you did it with. God damn, the biggest douchebags in the world were doing this.
Yo, bro, you wanna run that cleric, bro? Got a dwarven fighter, bro.
Yeah, that's about it. God, you know, I think they've reduced the time it takes to do raids a lot now. Used to it took a night to do a raid, but I will be fair, EverQuest took that to a further extreme. But in EverQuest, it took such a fucking effort. You couldn't be a horseshit dickhead and just have people follow you. You really had to be a well-oiled working machine to do something in EverQuest back in the day.
You had to be like an established fucking person.
The fucking shoulder pads in World of Warcraft. Like, that's how you knew if you were a badass. If your head looked like a fucking crater in your shoulder pads.
Success will follow.
The world bosses in World of Warcraft, fucking easy mode. Like, EverQuest, it was a fucking feat to beat some of these bosses in the world. Even finding them was a fucking feat. World of Warcraft, it spawns every 5 minutes. He's a fucking douchebag. Go get your quest and turn it in. They popularized that shit too. Go do a fucking quest, turn it in. Go kill 5 fucking warthogs. Go kill 20 warthogs. It looks slightly different now. Oh my fuck.
I think the way I summed World of Warcraft up one time, my roommate at the time, he invited his buddy over, and I went to bed, and I work a job. Usually I get up about 5 o'clock I'm an early bird. I got up to go to work, and these motherfuckers, and I love him, don't get me wrong, he's one of my best friends, but dude, he was still playing this fucking game from the point I went to bed, which was like 9:30, until I got up to go to work at 5. They were still in the living room playing, and all I heard was that constantly. And the way I summed it up, I come downstairs, I'm like, how are y'all still awake? And that, to me, sums up World of Warcraft. It's so fucking boring, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
You run and you fucking click on something.
And it turned the Warcraft universe, into something that was like a more lighter Warhammer genre until just a fucking joke cartoon.
You know they got a Warcraft movie about to come out, don't you?
Yeah, and people are going to eat it up because people are stupid.
People are going to take their mouses with them and just sit there and click it while they're...
do their fucking shitty rotations. Oh my god.
I don't know that much about it other than it sucks.
Oh man, I could just go on so much shit. I'm trying not to go on too much of a spill. I'm about to have a stroke.
I was going to say, man, you're turning a little bit red and peaked looking like... I can see some fucking... Let the anger well up within you, young Padawan.
The industry is only now recovering. Fucking, it was released in like 2004. Just now is it fucking recovering from this shit. For a fucking decade, all you saw was World of Warcraft clones. World of Warcraft clones. World of Warcraft clones. For fuck's sake, if I want to play World of Warcraft, I'll go play goddamn World of Warcraft. Fuck you, Blizzard. Fuck anyone that paid for this game, including me. Fuck me. Fuck all y'all. God fucking damn it. Fucking hate World of Warcraft.
It's fucking shit!
Yeah, World of Warcraft, you're fucking shit!
It's fucking shit!
God damn it!
It ain't even shit or these shit, it's fucking shit!
Fuck, it didn't just ruin that game, it ruined the goddamn industry.
Yeah, Blizzard is nuts up on your face.
It made mediocrity the standard. Like, companies realize, hey, people are dumb, they'll eat up stupid bullshit.
Every bullshit clickbait game that has come out since then is modeled after motherfucking World of Warcraft.
It really is. And, you know, in recent years, they've made it even fucking dumber. They added Kung Fu Pandas as the playable race. Yep. Kung Fu goddamn pandas.
I'm glad I don't play this shit. And then there
was, like, the whole fiasco of, like, the $500 flying unicorn you could buy. People really spending $500 on a fucking mount in the game. And Blizzard, you know, they knew that they had a dumb audience. They ate it up. So they're like, you know what? Free money. I need to buy that new Porsche. So let's just make a fucking flying unicorn, $500.
So they made that willingly for people who were ready to pay that.
Yeah. Because they know they're dumb.
What the fuck, man? Like, you could buy a whole new console for $500 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
No.
You could buy a PC.
And I think my fucking DLC woes are...
Yeah.
Dude, I ain't seen hardship like them motherfuckers have.
It's fucking nuts.
So World of Warcraft is fucking shit.
World of Warcraft, you are shit!
You're fucking shit!
We're gonna go to questions before I stroke out.
Yeah. We're gonna have to give Brandon a minute. He's mindful red right now. And
man,
I'm glad we didn't have a loaded gun on the tables. I'm pretty sure he would just shot me to death out of reflex.
I just saw the Blizzard logo on your face.
I could just see the picture. Like,
if it wasn't for World of Warcraft, the shit I could be doing in MMOs right now is no telling. You know, we're just now getting like Star Citizen and shit like that. Secret World, you know, this great fucking mystery games. If this, you know, World of Warcraft didn't come along and stagnate the industry the way it did, there's no telling. You know, Ultima Online, one of the first, if not the first real MMO. Still, no other games come close to doing the shit you can do in that game. Just imagine if the theme park MMO didn't become the fucking standard.
That's true. I don't get the fucking appeal of it.
It's boring.
I don't understand it. There's no tact. There's no guile. There's not shit to it. How many fucking badass weapons and how much badass armor can you get from running around a fucking map?
You can get
How fast can you click on this enemy character? Fuck
It's
that.
not even that. It's rotation based combat. You got a skill that comes off cooldown in 3 seconds, so you might as well press one of these your next highest DPS skill until the other one comes off cooldown, and time it so your auto attacks hit in between. That's it. That's the combat. So it's not even like hack and slash, click on them to death.
No, thank you.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings Online would have been an awesome game, but it followed that fucking model.
I'm about to save your fucking life and go to questions.
Yes, please, please.
First question comes from our good buddy David down at Vault. What's your greatest achievement as a gamer?
It's a hard one.
That is a very fucking hard one right off the bat. Shit, I haven't really just sat and thought about this.
I want to say becoming the mayor of a town on Ultima Online. That was fucking sweet.
Gotta do a bunch of shit to go into that, don't you?
Yeah.
Explain a little bit of that. Let me think of something. I'm trying to think like what I've done that not a lot of other people have done. I have successfully went through a speed run of Super Mario 1 in 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's impressive.
I can't go into real heavy details on the air. I had certain things impending on me while I done it. But I did land it in 5:21 time, 20 minutes away from the record at the time. Or 20 seconds away.
Non-MMO related, I'd have to say beating Maximum Carnage without cheats.
Nice.
Beating Yonoid.
Beating Legend of Zelda 2, Adventure Link.
Ooh. Yeah,
that took me some fucking years to do. That's my personal. One of my achievements as a gamer too is being the fact that I'm 29 years old. I still got a passion for it, and me and you are sitting there doing a podcast. That's a pretty good achievement.
Yeah, I unlocked that one.
We've been fucking friends since kindergarten, so that's not bad. That's like 25 years in running. That's a good achievement as a gamer. Mark Covington, Vault's wonderful owner, wants to know what our favorite video game character is.
Ooh.
I really, dude, I ain't gonna lie, I dig on Solid Snake. I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. I just love how one of my favorite things that made me realize I really like Snake on the first Metal Gear Solid, not the first Metal Gear, but Metal Gear Solid. They give him shots early on in his mission, and one of the shots they give him suppresses stomach acids. When he does that, he swallows a pack of cigarettes and smuggles them in. And the girl, Naomi, asks him, she's like, "Why are you smuggling in a pack of cigarettes?" He's like, pretty much, he doesn't say this verbatim, but he's just pretty much like, "Bitch, you don't know how good a cigarette tastes in the morning." And I'm just like, word up. Like, you swallowed a pack of cigarettes, Solid Snake.
Hell,
what else you gonna swallow?
This almost feels cheap, but I'm gonna have to say Guts from Sword of the Berserk.
That's cool though.
Because there's someone's backstory to it. He's such a badass character. There's not a tougher character out there. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, there's Inhuman, like the Hulk and shit, but he's a human. He's the toughest fucking human character that I've ever seen. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go
Guts.
Guts from Sword of the Berserk on Dreamcast.
Guts and Solid Snake, definitely on that one.
What a duel that would be.
Oh man, that'd be some shit. Lynn Green wants to know what we think of the upcoming game for PS4, No Man's Sky.
No clue about it.
I've watched some of the videos. I think it's kind of fucking awesome. It's an open-ended game where pretty much you go to planets and explore.
Oh, is that the one where you can fly seamlessly from planet to planet?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I have seen it. That looks pretty badass.
I think it's going to be fucking great. I'm a big fan of, like, sandbox.
Yeah.
Just, where there's no fucking point, really, other than to discover things.
That's why I love Ultima Online so much. You name something you want to do in Ultima Online, you can do it in Ultima Online.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've had you included and other people have always tried steering me toward it, and I've still never played it.
Yeah, it's the only MMO where I stealthily tracked a guy down, waited for him to unlock his house, and go in his house behind him, and then shank him to death in his house, loot everything of value that he had in his house, and leave. It's the only game where I've went on MMO. I've went on treasure hunts where I had to like map out a fucking treasure map, find it, dig it up, and then protect it from monsters and other players. There's so much shit you can do in that game. You can get a fucking boat, go fishing. You could do whatever dungeons you want to do. You can make your own house. You could fucking run for mayor of a town, of player-run town. So much shit you can do in that game.
I might have to.
Have we ever got the interest in it? I would love to set up a Good Ole Gamers Ultima Online server. That'd be the most badass thing ever.
That'd be cool. It'd offer people the chance to play with us.
Yeah.
Good Ole Gamers.
And you can play my genitals too, but
dirty motherfucker. Another second part of the question Lynn want to know is what is one of the hardest old school Nintendo or Sega games you completed? I'm talking before N64. This kind of ties in with achievement as a gamer. Adventure of Link.
Yeah, Yonoid.
One of the most fucking persevering things I've ever sat through.
Black Bass.
I've never beaten Black Bass, so I wouldn't know. I have Black Bass, but I've never fucking
There's
beaten
a lot
it.
of luck to Black Bass.
There is.
If you're not catching the Black Bass, shit out of luck. And you have no control over whether or not what you catch is a black bass or not.
It just kind of appears like...
Yeah.
I never understood the way that fucking meter worked. Where the fish turns into like the bones.
Yeah, I thought it was a bad thing as a kid. Like, no, I want the whole fish.
Yeah, like, is it wearing out that quick? This is a pussy fish. It has no stamina. Alex Mann wants to know if one video game character had to be your roommate, who and why. Sub-Zero. My beer would never be hot. Ever.
I'd be Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. Be dropping pencils all the time. Whoops. Could you get that for me? My back is hurting.
I bet you her back hurts too.
Yeah. I like a woman with a strong back.
Yeah. Something you can't throw out too easy.
A little more seriously.
Solid Snake. Solid Snake be like, I gotta go save the world.
I wouldn't want Guts as my roommate because he'd bring all kinds of horrible shit with him, and then I'd just die. I'm that character that dies in the background in the comics.
Link would be a good roommate because he would set out on a quest and just never come back.
Yeah.
As long as he paid his bills while he was gone, you'd be like, man, that's a good fucking roommate.
Mario would be good. He's an awesome plumber,
Yeah, you can never go worry about your plumbing.
Yeah, I could just go take the biggest dump in the world and be like,
Mamma mia!
This is a nasty pizza pie.
So, I've seen the worst of things in Bowser's Castle.
Imagine Pac-Man would be a horrible one. He's just all the time popping pills.
He's a pill head. I see ghosts. Well, you eat that many fucking pills, you will see ghosts.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna be one soon. The joust guy would be a dick too. He'd always be drunk trying to like joust in your house and shit.
Yeah.
I'd probably say Sub-Zero. I'm down with Lin Kuei, and like I said, he can keep my beverages frosty.
Yeah.
At all points in time.
Earthworm Jim would be entertaining. I'd like to take the super suit out for a spin.
Groovy. I think he'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Any of them would. Well, we got 2 more questions, and they're both from Lynn Green as well. If you were a Mortal Kombat character, what would your fatality be? I'd feed somebody some real nasty fucking chili, and they'd shit themselves to death. Shitality. Something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. I'd call bullshit on their argument so bad that they die.
Just keep, like, presenting a purpose, like,
Yeah.
to your argument where their head just fucking pops.
Yeah, their head just explodes after it just present all this evidence and data. And
That's pretty good.
that or my fat ass would have sat on them.
Or they could just pay my bills and stress into a stroke. Like, that'd be a good fatality. And the other question he's got is, what video game would you like to see turned into a movie? Dude, that was solid Metal Gear.
Yeah,
I'd like to
that'd
see
be
a
a
Metal
good
Gear
one.
Solid movie.
That would be a real good one.
I think they're doing one, actually, but I'm not 100% on that.
I think we touched on this before, but Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
As an action movie. We don't find Waldo within 30 minutes. New York City's going to explode.
My God. You just got that one naysayer. It's just like, my God. The whole time. That's the only fucking set of lines that guy has the whole movie is like.
Yeah.
If we don't find where's Waldo? My God. If we don't find Waldo in 30 minutes, New York will explode. My God. We found Waldo, but we don't know if it's Waldo. His shirt's red and yellow. It's not red and white.
God damn it, man. Don't you know that's not Waldo? Get your best fuckers out there and find Waldo.
My God.
Mother of God.
I like to see Metal Gear. Brandon wants to see Where's Waldo. Where in the world's Carmen Sandiego could be the sequel? She's fucking Waldo. You're not going to find either. They're MIA. Well, it's been an eventful evening here.
It has.
We hit 2 hours tonight.
Yeah.
Or over 2 hours, actually. But that's what happens when you get to drinking and having fun.
Mm-hmm. Hope y'all had fun too.
Yeah. As always, you can find us at our barrage of fucking addresses you can look up.
Yep.
GoodOleGamers.com is the first ticket. That's the webpage with
That's
everything
the ticket.
on it. You can find us Good Ole Gamers Podcast
On
on Facebook.
At Good Ole Gamers on Twitter.
On Twitter. I'm fresh to the world Twitter, so
Yeah.
add us on there. We have a Twitch group, Good Ole Gamers at
Twitch.tv/Good Ole Gamers.
/Good Ole Gamers.
Steam group. Find us
Steam
on
group.
Steam. Join the game. Get a free game. I just gave out another game. One of your previous guests, Nick. He got Double Dragon Neon.
And Double Dragon Neon's one that you kind of want to just get for free. It's
Yeah.
a badass game.
Yeah, it's
Not
awesome.
again.
Yeah.
We discussed that last week. But, so many ways you can get a hold of us, so there's no fucking excuse
You can
as
shoot
to
us
why.
an email, podcast@goodolegamers.com.
Yeah, you got some critiques for us. You got something you want to add in.
I'm working on getting us up a voicemail running, so you can call in and leave us something. We'll play it on there.
Yeah, leave us a naughty message if you would like.
But as soon as I get that up, I'll let y'all know.
Doing that. Like I said, next weekend we'll record a normal one, but the weekend after that, me and Brandon will be at the Southern Fried Gamers Convention in Atlanta.
Arcade Expo.
Southern
Arcade.
Fried Arcade Expo. It's Southern Fried Arcade and Game Room.
Yeah.
Expo.
We'll get it right eventually.
Yeah, we'll get the shit right eventually.
As long as we get there, it don't matter. But
Yeah.
this is a Southern Fried fucking cunt sack convention. Whatever.
It's only Atlanta. Like,
Yeah.
I think we can hustle that out.
iTunes reviews, please, 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 please. I will still stroke your wiener.
He still has hands, believe it or not.
Yeah, I will stroke your wiener for an iTunes review. You know, if you're the female race, I'll get my wife to stroke your vag, because if I do it, she'll get pissed. I don't think she'll care if I stroke a wiener, but
She'll click that mouse for you.
Yeah, she'll click that mouse. She'll do that fucking World of Warcraft combat rotation for you.
Wow. No pun intended. As always, though, just feel free to get a hold of us any way possible.
Mm-hmm.
We got several options for you there. Anything you want to drop, something you might add to the show. If you think you'd make a good guest, tell us why you'd be a good guest. We love having new people on all the time. And until next week, from all of us here at Good Ole Gamers, and by all of us, I mean fucking me and Brandon, game over, man. Game over.